The struggles of health and disease in America seem to have hit an impasse. There is no solution in sight. From the anti-vaxxer movement to the current measles outbreak, America is in a health crisis. However, it is nothing to comparison to the state of health in the Democratic Republic of Congo. America's ally is in need of more assistance than it is getting, and with no light at the end of the tunnel for their current Ebola outbreak, the DRC is in dire need of foreign aid. Since the outbreak began in the northern regions of the DRC in August 2018, over 1,500 cases have occurred, with 1,045 confirmed deaths related to the disease, leaving behind a staggering death rate. In perspective, there have been 764 cases of the measles in the U.S. in 2019, causing a national health crisis, which is nothing compared to that of the heart of Africa. What is more important than the numbers are the lives, and Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the WHO Director General, said, "Behind every number is a person, a family, and a community suffering." The international community has responded to this outbreak, but due to insecurity, armed groups, and a lack of vaccinations, the process of ousting the disease has slowed considerably. With more than 100 armed militant groups occupying the areas of outbreak, it has been notoriously difficult for citizens to get treatment and even harder for health workers to do their jobs. From February to March 2019, 3 treatment centers were attacked and set on fire repeatedly, with the deaths of 1 officer and 1 World Health Organization worker. Among the injured were the patients, and it left many questions whether the treatment was worth the risk of an attack. In order to stop any outbreak such as this, we need to gain the hearts of the population, said Michael Yao, the World Health Organization's incident manager in Butembo, said when regarding the difficulties of the local community trusting foreign workers. Although people may be at higher risk not going to treatment centers and letting the disease ravage them, it could be more frightening to travel into a war zone for treatment. Although the DRC feels a world away, this outbreak should be a first world issue. Not only does Congo need support for this Ebola crisis, but they also need the support against the militant groups. As of May 2018, the World Bank Group funded over $4 billion into the DRC, which was used to eradicate polio, build over 700 classrooms, and help establish many other infrastructure builds. When given the tools, the DRC can flourish. It's no question they need outside help, but when it is given, we can see from the past that it goes to the right places and positively affects this area. If the DRC can stand back up on its feet, that won't only be good for them, but for the world. With over 1,100 precious metals and minerals, and well as more arable land than needed, the DRC has the potential to become an exporting powerhouse, and this comes with the possibility of establishing a first world country in the heart of Africa. Before they can see any of these improvements, however, the DRC will need to handle its militant groups in this outbreak. One solution could be to increase the UN soldier count in the DRC. The UN peacekeeping budget is $6.7 billion, and that is only 0.5% of what the world spends on military expenditures. For this reason, it can be reasonable to request to enhance this budget with the help of supporting nations. The US already contributes over 28% of this budget, while China sits back at 10%. Since China is looking to get more involved in Africa and has the necessary funds to help the DRC, it should not be frowned upon by the US to allow China to help the DRC. In regards to the Ebola outbreak itself, many treatment centers have had to be made in very rural areas, as less than 40% of the population live in urban environments. This has been a recipe for easy access to attacks by militant groups. A solution could be to upgrade the Kinshasa General Hospital. This hospital is in the capital in need of major upgrades, and if the doctors get proper training and supplies, that will encourage people to travel here to get treatments in a safe zone. The solution is not clear, as it is for any major world issue, but lives are at stake, and every day that goes by, the outbreak gets worse, more people die, and militant groups get stronger. In this era, everything comes down to money. How much is the international community willing to spend to save thousands of lives? And in the long run, can people see the benefits to helping a potential powerhouse nation rise from the grounds of Africa? For the world's sake, I hope the answer is yes.